you have your account, you'll be logging in like this, and this is what you'll see when you first log in. And I'll show you that example. There's two stages, 1 and 2. And it's broken down, obviously, into sections. Let me go here. And interactive audio course in language and culture. Now, this is the linear stuff. When we say there's 12 hours worth of just this, it's not including these things here. And let's go to the greetings. And basically, you've got an audio file, 17 minutes. You can download it, burn it on a CD if you want, or stick it on your iPod. And let me cue this up to where it starts.
Okay. Ready, Maria?
Ready.
Ciao, Maria.
Ciao Alessandro, come stai?
Bene, grazie. E tu?
Bene anche io, grazie.
What you just heard was Maria and I greeting each other in passing.
All right. So obviously you got the English version translation here. And what happens is generally for the audio files, you have a little intro that goes over the previous lesson, and then they spend the brunt of it going over literally each individual word as you go through it. To give you some examples of some of the other things we go over in this file. And then once you've listened to the whole thing, you'll have a little quiz here. This file just plays from the little exchange you just heard, and basically, pick the right ones and test how you're doing as you're going along. The next section. Now, the complement to this is the language and culture. And obviously there's more of these lessons here. Now, the complement to what you just heard is the language and culture, and it's sort of an interactive thing. And this sort of goes into more depth of what they went over in the audio file. And you'll see it right here. But you also have little sound files.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
So you can queue up. And it just goes over into more depth. For this particular little section. I'll go back to the front again. And it just keeps going. There's a lot of these things here. Let's go to section 2 here. Like Italian and cooking here. It just keeps going. Keeps going. See? Same deal. And another example. Like I said, there's a lot of little sound files here.
Forchette.
So you can just practice your words.
Forchette.
Goes into really good depth here. See this? I mean, there's a lot of this stuff here. So you can't just think, oh, there's just 12 hours of the audio files. No, there's way more stuff in the language and culture section. And like I said, it just goes for a while here. There's some really great stuff in here, like the Mega Italian games here. Basically, there's a PC and a Mac version, and the Mac version looks like this. And this is a separate little application that you can download and run. And this is very much like the Rosetta Stone stuff, where now you've got pictures and audio, and you can interact basically more. Mega Vocab. This example start here. And what it's saying is basically look at the picture. You have the translation here and match it to the Italian.
Corretto.
Right? Now, to fix, I can hide this and just sort of like, okay, so interpret what I'm looking at.
Errato. Corretto.
See? And now it's like, okay, what? Death, screaming, yelling, what is it? Okay, to happen. See, some of these are kind of tough to figure out. All right, Mega Audio.
Rispondere.
All right, and now I've just got to translate what I've just heard.
Errato. 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 Corretto. Rispondere.
Right. Mega Verbs. And this one's just asking me conjugate a verb, just type it in. Pretty basic. The one little cool thing about this is like here is you can actually add stuff. You can upload a picture. So if you want to increase or alter what you have, you can just upload a picture and you have to figure out the translation, etc. So that's some pretty cool stuff. All right, the survival kit has some good stuff in there also. Mega card for beginners. And there's another version of it too. Similar to what you saw in the game is I'm going to look at this, and I've got 12 seconds to translate this. I don't actually have to enter it in or anything. So chocolate, let me guess. I'm going to break my teeth on this chocolate. My teeth are stained on this chocolate. This chocolate is healthy food, see? And this is what I would do. It's like little flashcards. That's pretty cool. All right, some of the other stuff is your motivation. Basically, these are just self-help files. Basically, keep you motivated, keep you on your training. All right, and the community. This is kind of neat because you can basically interact with other people, and you can sort of practice your Italian or whatever language you're working on. Let me see. This example will go here. And you see basically you can question and answer. Or you can ask like a question. You know, what's the difference between sto and sono? All right, so it's a pretty good deal. Past the first two stages, you've got the Premium Plus, which is stage 1 and stage 2, plus another survival kit. That costs some additional money, but you can keep going. And like I said, the cost of this is fabulous compared to like a Pimsleur deal, where you're not buying the CDs, and you're not forced to actually buying a whole package like you can with a Rosetta Stone, where okay, once you've bought it, you bought it. This you could start the first level, the first two stages, and then continue if you're still into it, or if you lose, if you're not into it, or whatever.